Hello and welcome to the channel. Here we have an often quoted question to illustrate compound growth. I call it the $1 million question and ask whether you would accept $1 million today or wait 30 days and allow 1 cent to double every day over 30 days. What would you choose? After we have looked at the solution, I will illustrate the wisdom of investing as early in life as possible so that exponential growth through compounding has time to earn for you. Even Albert Einstein reportedly called compounding the 8th wonder of the world. Intuitively, most people would probably take the $1 million, thinking that a doubling cent could not possibly exceed $1 million after 30 days. Here we have the 1 cent expressed as $0.01, doubling every day from day 1 to day 20. This is an example of exponential growth because the value has been multiplied by a constant factor each time period. Nothing too dramatic appears to be happening. We have $5 after day 10 and $5,000 after day 20. So maybe taking $1 million would have been a better choice after all. However, now look at the last 10 days when the real action begins, as we start doubling larger and larger numbers. We exceed the 1 million mark on day 28 and end up with $5.3 million at the end of day 30. Because we are doubling or multiplying by 2 every day, the value on each day can be expressed as a power of 2. It starts off with 2 to the 0, and then 2 to the 1 and 2 to the 2 and so on, until day 30, when it's given by 2 to the power of 29. We have to divide all these by 100 in order to get dollars. Thus, the sum on day n is simply 2 to the power, or exponent, of n minus 1, all divided by 100. This example is a case of 100% daily interest compounded for 30 days. This graph illustrates how the value appears to take off from day 25 onwards. However, graphs with a linear scale for value are deceptive, as it seems nothing is happening in the early days. Have a look at the same plot, but on a logarithmic scale. A log scale shows proportional changes, not linear ones. The data exhibit a straight line, which indicates that the value increases by the same proportion each day, i.e. by a factor of 2 in this case. Of course, in the real world, we will not see investment opportunities offering a 100% daily interest rate. However, major stock market indices such as the UK FTSE 100 and the American S&P 500 have yielded average annualized long-term returns with dividends reinvested of 7 to 10%. Investing a regular amount in the stock market and reinvesting dividends is one good way to build up a pension fund. However, it is essential to do it for a long period in order to iron out market fluctuations and to allow compounding to do its job. Here we have a stacked column graph illustrating what a regular £200 monthly investment at compound interest rates of 5, 7 and 10% could achieve. We have some impressive final pension pots. Whilst the blue regular investment payments build up slowly in a linear manner, reinvested interest grows exponentially because it is earned on an ever-increasing sum and compounds by a constant multiple. Clearly a higher interest rate is better, but what is not normally appreciated is how much the duration of the investment affects the final total. For example, the interest earned after 35 years is between 2.4 and 3.2 times greater than that after 25 years, depending on interest rate. This is similar to the doubling cent problem, where most of the big gains were made in the last few days. Thus, I've always encouraged young people to start investing as early as possible in life. The question I used to get asked was, how do I save £200 a month? My response was always, do what most of my older generation used to do, and don't spend, say, £10 a day on discretionary things like lunch and coffees at work. Take your own food in. I used to call it the cost of coffee pension fund. It turns out that people have learnt this themselves during the pandemic, where home working has made them realise how much they used to spend on these and other things, like gym membership, etc. I will leave you with a reported quote from the great Albert Einstein, who said compound interest was the 8th wonder of the world, saying, "He who understands it earns it, he who doesn't pays it." Very observant. See you in the next one.